Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I believe this is Forex Forecast episode 4 now. So if this is your first time here, just a quick run through. In these videos we break down a handful of pairs and predict where they're going for the coming week. So if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We're doing these videos weekly and we're doing educational videos throughout the week as well. So I stated in the last episode that last week was going to be a quiet one for us. And it did actually turn out to be quiet. We only took one trade and that was stopped out for 0.5%. But the good news is a lot of pairs are lining up nicely for this week. So I think it's going to be a very busy week. As you can see on the right hand side of this screen, I've highlighted the pairs that I'm interested in. So there's quite a few to get through. So I'm not going to hang around too much and just try and get through this as quickly as possible. I don't want to drag things out. So let's start right here with USDJPY. So weekly candle last week, we did have a spike to the downside, but you can see we're back below this weekly resistance, 107,500. And on the daily here, you can see it clearer. We're respecting this now as a resistance, so I am going to be looking for shorts on this. So dropping down to the 4 hour, we had this nice push up here, but then we quickly reversed and we took out this last lower high. So this, this last high low. So this uptrend here on the 4 hour time frame is now invalid. And it's now broken. So what I'm looking for here, if you just snap a Fibonacci on from point A here to point B, I'm looking for this 38.2 retracement to get tapped. And you can see here, lining things up, we've got this area of resistance over here as well. So what I'm looking for early on in the week is price to tap into this area, give us that nice 38.2 retracement, and then we can ride this back down to the 105 region. So nice and simple guys, following the higher time frames as normal. Let's just look at the monthly time frame a second. So you can see here, we've pushed up, now we're struggling, so I can see this coming down to at least this 105, 105.50 region, where these wicks are here. Just mark it out for you. And you can see dropping back down to the 4 hour time frame. That zone of wicks there lines perfectly with this minus 27.2 extension. So yeah, that's the setup on UJ guys, nice and simple. Up to this 38.2, 107.80 level, and then down to the 105.50s. Moving on to USD Swiss. So we're making new lows here on this 4 hour time frame. As you can see, this here being the last lower high. So we do have a trend line going across here. 1.2. Let's just put a Fibonacci on here and see what lines up. Just turn my phone off a second, it's going on. So we're banging ahead on the 61.8 retracement at the moment, but I think we can come up to this 78.6. You can see we've got these wick rejections over here. So price coming up to here will give us a nice short to take this pair down to, once again, make new lows. You can see minus 61.8 line up with monthly support. So if we go back out to the weekly time frame a second, we did have this wick to the downside, but you can see we've broken out this previous support here. So lining things up once again. This wick region here also lines up with this 78.6 retracement and this third touch of this trend line. So this is definitely an area I'm interested in to take shorts to ride this pair down then to the 0.92 level. So now moving on to pound USD. Start with a monthly time frame here. You can see we've got a nice rejection to this area up here, which is also this weekly resistance level, 1.260. And we're back below this on the weekly time frame. We had a bullish engulfing last week, sorry, the week before last, and then last week we had this bearish engulfing. So we're back below this level now. So I'm looking for shorts, and we do have this 0.1, 0.2, looking for a third touch or a trend line here. And also retesting this weekly resistance once more. Just see what lines up. So yeah, possibly the 38.2 retracement as well. So on pound USD, I'm looking for price to come back up to this weekly resistance, test it once more, make this third touch of this trend line, and this 38.2 retracement, and then looking to take this pair back down to this weekly support and extension level region. So possibly the 1.2360 region, 1.2370. So guys, moving on to GJ. So just to mention, all my key levels, you probably noticed, or you probably haven't, they're different from last week because I've gone through all of my pairs and redone them all. So every 6 months I'll go through and put in new ones. But anyway, moving on to pound yen. So similar to pound USD, you can see we're back below this weekly resistance level, 135.50. Just see how the weekly closed. So yeah, we had a nice bearish engulf in here. So I think we can push lower here. Daily time frame, bit of indecision, bit of a doji candle. So I do think we can make this retracement back up to this region. So literally pretty much exactly the same as cable. Making this third touch of this trend line, tapping this weekly resistance 135.50 once more. Just see what lines up once again. So yeah, we've made this 61.8 retracement here. So possibly back up to this region, might make this 50% retracement, or even the 38.2 really, that'd be ideal. And then once again, weekly resistance line up with minus 27.2, so taking profit at this region. Nice and simple. So moving on to pound CAD. So last 3 weeks really, we haven't really done much, but I do think we can push higher here. So we've had like doji, doji, doji. See what the monthly's doing. Yeah, so on this daily time frame, we got this weekly support here, 1.6900, and you can see we've got this region going through here, this wick region, which also lines up with this 0.1, 0.2, looking for this third touch, this trend line. So dropping down to the 4 hour, you can see we're making new highs. This was the last lower high, so now we've broken above this level, so this now being a new higher high, coming back into this region over here to make this new higher low before them making new highs. Just snap on a Fibonacci a second. So you can see here, just box off this 78.6 and 61.8. You can see this region lines up with this weekly support and this third touch of this trend line, and also this wick level over here. I'll put it back on for you a second. So I'm looking for price to come back into this area, make this retracement before then making new highs. Back up to first target 1.7250s, 1.7260s. Just see where they're 61.8. So first target would be 1.7260s. Second target back up to this weekly resistance 1.740s. Euro yen. So guys, this is literally like an ideal setup for me. So looking at the monthly time frame here, you can see they're all in sync. So we tapped in nicely to this 1.74 monthly support region. Going to the weekly time frame, we're back above this region. So this is support once again. You can see we did break below the week before last. So this support was then resistance, but obviously last week we've broken back above, so this is support once again, which now lines up with the monthly support. So looking on the daily time frame, right, I'm going to run through this one. This is literally an ideal setup. So you can see here on this 4 hour time frame, we're making new lows. So this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we come up, we struggled a bit, and what do we do then? We've broken out this last lower high, so we made a new higher high here. So price coming down to this region. What else do you see? This left shoulder here, this head, and possibly this right shoulder forming here. So you can snap on a Fibonacci here, and you can see the 50% on the 61.8 lines up perfectly with this. So following market structure, we've broken out this 4 hour downtrend, we've made a new high. So we're following market structure here, we're looking for this higher low, which also lines up with his right shoulder, inverse hand shoulders, and also tapping this monthly support and making a 61.8 or 50% Fibonacci retracement. So this area here is going to be a really good area to take along, back up to these regions. First target is always the 27.2, minus 27.2, and then the second target back up to this weekly resistance 1.790. So yeah guys, this is literally like an ideal setup. As I said, the monthly back above the support, weekly back above the support, dailies back above the support and made a new high. 4 hour looking for this inverse head and shoulders, so definitely a good one to keep an eye out for. So EURCAD, bit choppy here on the weekly time frame. You can see wicks up to the upside, to the downside. So we've had 2 doji so far. Obviously this candle's still active. We are banging our head on monthly support 1.5100, and you can see here we have broken out this market structure now on this daily time frame in this consolidation zone. So we are retesting this consolidation zone now from the other side. So possibly if we can have a bit more from price action here, or even see if we've, yeah, so I'm looking for price here to make new highs back up to this region, but I just need a bit more from price action here. It's too early to take a trade on yet, but yeah, looking at this 50% might come down to this 61.8. See, we've got this region over here, so I'm looking for price to come into here. See, like I said, see a bit more from price action first, but I do think we can price can reach this 1.5550 level or 1.560 level, but yeah, we'll just have to see what price action does it around this area. So Aussie yen, bit choppy price action really. We had this bullish engulfing here, and then we had this bearish engulfing. We're back below this monthly resistance now, 74. So shorts are looking good. You can see here the monthly time frame, we had this big spike up to the upside, tapping into this region here, and we're back below. So I do think we can make new lows here. Sorry, not make new lows, but at least come back down to this 6900 level. So looking at the daily time frame, you can see we are respecting this 74 area. Just drop down to the 4 hours, see what the 2 hours doing actually. Yeah, it looks a bit clearer. So we do have this third touch of this trend line that we could make. Just put on a Fibonacci as well. So yeah, I'm looking for price to come up to the 61.8. Looking at these wicks over here as well. You see, taking this wick to these wicks here. So let's just do that again, it messed up. You can see it lines up with this third touch of this trend line and this 61.8 retracement. And obviously combining that with higher time frames to give us a short bias. Price coming into this region. See some rejections from this region. Could possibly shoot this bear down to the 7170 region, which is also a key level. Weekly support 7150. So you can see here the weekly support, this minus 27.2. Great area to take profit, and this is the setup I'm looking for on Aussie yen. So Euro Aussie. So we're back below this monthly resistance, 1.6500. We had this nice bearish engulfing here. We're retesting this monthly resistance now, so I think we can at least come down to this 1.60 level. Looking at the daily time frame here, we've had a really nice shooting star off this monthly resistance, so this would be a good area to take a short, but we want a bit more and a better entry really. So just going down to the 1 hour, you can put on your Fibonacci. So what I'd like here, I'd like price to come back up to this 61.8, which also lines up with this monthly resistance once again. So I'll be looking for this retracement back up to this region. Then I'll be looking for shorts. First target here, which lines up with this area here, and then possibly a break below here might even give us a retest where we can even take another short position, and I think we can come back down to this 1.60 level. So that's about it guys, to be honest. I did have a couple that I missed out. I had New Zealand CAD, I had it marked for some reason, but as you can see, putting a box around this area, we're just consolidating. And I think there's another one I missed out. I think it was USD-CAD, I think. You can see we're just floating around this region at the moment and need a bit more from price action. But yeah, that's about it. As I said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of July. I think we're on about 65 so far, so thanks to everyone that's subscribed already. And any questions, just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And we'll see you in the next video.